evening. We have devoted this time for public comment, and at this time we do have one person who is going to speak with us here, who had signed up prior to 9:30 today, and that is Mrs. Melinda Bell. Let me just say that when we have public comment, it is a 3-minute time limit, and Dr. Phipps will be keeping time. Oh, do we have? That's not here. Okay. Mrs. Bell. And we certainly want to welcome you here to the Education Center. And we realize that with time change, it's already dark outside now. You know, back in the summertime, we were able to finish our meetings and get out and still be daylight. But anyway, this coming Saturday is Veterans Day. And in case you didn't know, that's the only day of the year that we must take off from school. It's the only vacation day that the state recognizes. That's why we're not going to be in school on Friday. But actually Saturday is Veterans Day. And we are truly appreciative of all those who have served in the military in our country, whatever branch it may be. And at this time, we would like to recognize anyone who's here who has served in the military. So if you would please stand so we can recognize you and your service. You would stand. Again, thank you so much for your service and your devoted commitment to being in the military and protecting our country. Next on the agenda is the invocation for the board. I want to call on Mr. Mark Gerson, if he would, to lead us in that portion of the agenda.
Thank you, Chairman. I want to challenge us all tonight to spend more time thinking of other people than ourselves. I speak for myself, as probably all of you would agree. We all tend to think of our own needs more often. What do I want to do? What makes me happy? Instead of thinking of what we could be doing for other people. And that can go in a lot of different ways. We just talked about Veterans Day. We had men who served our country, the ultimate service. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. I'd like to start out with a quote way before my time, and probably most of you as well, from JFK, President Kennedy. He said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And again, with Veterans Day coming up, I thought that was appropriate for the men and now women who have served our country. And some of you kids, when you grow up, you may be doing that as well. There's other ways to serve. You could be maybe a teacher, maybe run for political office on the school board. Even just helping out other people, still helping your country. I'd also like to bring up a Bible verse that hits on this. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 says, "We are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which the Father has prepared in advance for us to do." Now, this doesn't say by doing good works you're going to heaven. That's a whole other topic I'm not going to get into. But it does say, as Christians and believers, we need to do good works. We're commanded to do this. We need to help other people. And like usual, most of us think about ourselves. So I want to challenge the kids in the class here, kids in the room. Think about all the things your parents do for you. Probably 3 meals a day, or at least on non-school days. Driving you to T-ball or Little League. Maybe they're coaching your soccer team, working their tails off to make money to feed you, clothe you. Think about some things you can do to help them out. And I'm sure some of you do. We've got a lot of honor students here, but maybe it's sitting at the table when you're not asked, taking out the garbage, helping the dishes. I guarantee you it's going to put a smile on a parent or guardian's face. And it's a little thing. Don't just do it once, but do it on a regular basis. Parents, and myself included, we can do more too. Now, be the best parent you can already. That's following in Jesus' footsteps. I mean, talk about the greatest servant ever. He got nothing for all he did. He healed people, he taught, he helped, and he didn't get paid, didn't get anything. And that's the way we should be as parents. We're here to serve our kids and our neighborhood. Kids, parents, maybe a neighbor needs, elderly parent, or neighbor might need a lawn mowed, bushes trimmed. Little things like that can make such a difference for our community. And we are a community here, especially in schools. Your teachers, kids, help your teachers out. There's a million things that you can help out in the class. So taking a moment to do for others. And I'm going to end with a quote that we think of Albert Einstein, we always think of, the science stuff and all this, But this is a quote I just was literally watching a movie the other day and it popped up and it hit this topic. I was surprised it was Albert Einstein. He said, only a life that's lived for others is a life worth living. And that's pretty deep. If you're not living for other people, you're living for yourselves, what are you doing? So, and I'm challenging myself on this too. I'm just as guilty as probably anyone in this room. It's very easy to think of our own needs. So take some time, think of others, and especially at Veterans Day, maybe some of you kids may serve someday in the military. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gerson. Next, we're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and we have two students from William Lenore. First, we have an 8th grader, Zeke the Bearmaker, 8th grader, and his parents are Debbie and David the Bearmaker, and 7th grader from William Lenore, Leland McDonald, parents Mindy and Patrick McDonald. So if they'll come forward, and if you'll stand, we'll have the pledge. Thank you, Leland and Zeke, for being with us tonight and doing our pledge for us. As we follow the agenda, the next thing is the approval of the agenda, which the board has had opportunity to review. Do I hear a motion we approve the agenda as presented? Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes. Next is approval of minutes. During the course of October, we had 3 sets of minutes. We had a work session on October the 3rd, and we also had our regular board meeting on the 9th of October, and then we also had another work session on the 30th of October, and that was the 3 sets of minutes, 2 work sessions, and 1 regular session during the course of the month. Do I hear a motion that we approve the minutes, that being items 3B through 3D? Okay, is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next on our agenda is announcements, and I'd like to recognize Mrs. Ann Edwards.
Thank you, Chairman Pennell. As has previously been mentioned, tomorrow, November the 7th, is a professional day in our school system, and so teachers will be doing professional activities, but students are not in school. However, in checking the calendar, that does not apply to the early high school and CASA. Those are both attached to the community college, so they have a professional day on a different day. November the 10th, as is previously mentioned, Friday is we will observe Veterans Day, and we are blessed blessed to be able to remember all of the people who've served for us, and that students will not be in school. Thanksgiving holidays are coming up. Can you believe it? It's Thanksgiving. It's still so nice and warm outside. But those holidays will be the 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th of November. And then for our board, I will announce that our next meeting is December the 1st. That is a work session. I don't know if you all realize or not, but we spend a lot of time in work sessions, and those usually occur at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's December the 1st. And then our next monthly board member meeting will be December the 11th here in this room. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Edwards. Dr. Fitz, do you have any additional
I've
announcements?
got a couple, Mr. Chairman. One is the end of the first grading period occurred, and we just wanted to let the public know October the 19th of 2023, the first 9-week period. Our enrollment figures at that date, it's kind of a watershed point that we look at. We had 10,363. That does not include our pre-K students. We are focusing on academics, obviously, and also focus on attendance. We want to make sure that our students are at school, they're at school on time, and not checked out early to try to create as few disruptions as we possibly can. We're also excited and proud to announce that the first Caldwell County Schools cohort of teachers have completed letters training, and this is a 3-year program that involves quite a bit of work and builds a foundation in literacy, and we're excited to have that wrapped up. And then Kathy asked me if I was going to deliver a Thanksgiving message, and I really had to think this is the last chance we're going to get together before we have Thanksgiving. So if you'll bear with me for just a second, I just want to say there's a great deal that we have to be thankful for. And all you've got to do is look around you and see the many blessings that we have. I'm thankful for a supportive board. I'm thankful for a school system with dedicated professionals and supportive parents and community. I'm thankful for our over 10,000 students who have remarkable skills, whose care is in our hands. And I'm thankful to call Caldwell County home and to be able to serve our school system. So I hope that you really will take some time this Thanksgiving to focus on what you're thankful for and make a difference in the lives of the people around you.
Thank you, Dr. Phipps. Next is a portion of our agenda that I'm sure many of you have come for, and that is the honors and recognitions. Mrs. Libby Brown, Director of Community Services and Public Information Officer, will be leading us through this portion. The board will step up here and congratulate those that are award winners.
Good evening. It feels like evening at 6 o'clock. It really does feel like evening. And thank you to you parents and staff members for being here this evening. We really are privileged to recognize you, and this is one of our favorite parts of the board meeting. We're going to start with our Education Center Art Gallery, and I hope that you have taken a moment to look at the beautiful pieces in the hallway. If not, we're going to start with this beautiful piece right here. Gabe Starnes, 5th grader at Dudley Shoals, and we're going to start with the whole Dudley Shoals group. So Gabe, I think, is here this evening, so come forward. We want to recognize you. You're not Gabe. There we go. We needed that. So, okay, but I think Jackson Huffman is here, 4th grader. Yes, Jackson is here, if you'll come forward. And these are our themed pieces that we have. Let's give him a big round of applause. And we have Skyland Holzclaw, pre-K, at Dudley Shoals Elementary. Matthew Ross, who is our stand-in, the great principal. Congratulations. Kennedy Powell, first grader from Dudley Shoals Elementary. Beautiful piece of artwork. Congratulations. And Willow Collins. Willow Collins, second grader. Congratulations, Willow. And thank you to the art teacher, Alexis Buchanan. So is Miss Buchanan? She couldn't be here. So would you like to do a group with just the Dudley Shoals? Okay, let's do a Dudley Shoals group. Parents, please feel comfortable and free to get up and take pictures when it's photo time. We encourage you to do that. So proud of you. Let's give them another big round of applause. Next we have Collinsville School, and we have Amy Brawley here, the principal, and it's Lydia Stewart. Miss Stewart, if you'd like to come forward and help your students. Adelaide Falber, fifth grader, is first. Collinsville School, the pumpkin, so good job. Congratulations. Winter Quick, first grade, Collinsville School. Good job. Madison Barker, sixth grade. Nice, Collinsville School, yes. Okay, she can be here. Connor Edwards, second grade, Collinsville School. Very nice. And Jackson Falber, eighth grade, Collinsville School. So we are going to do pictures. Nice coloring. Okay. Another big round of applause. And then our final group is from Granite Falls Middle School. So Chris Ackerman, please come down. And we have several nice paintings and pictures, drawings with us. Kale White, sixth grader. Kale White, sixth grader. Cooper Davis. Cooper Davis, eighth grade. Is Cooper in the house? Okay. Allison Ebel, sixth grade, Granite Falls Middle. Allison. Riley Powell. Riley Powell, eighth grade. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. And Natalie Bonnell, eighth grade. We'll get a picture of that. Congratulations. We're moving to character education. We recognize a character trait every month, and the character trait for October was respectfulness. The following students have exemplified this trait to the full extent. So Jackson Davis, Baton Elementary, and Jason T. Taylor is principal, and I think he is in the house. So Jackson and Mr. T. Taylor, yeah, come on in. Jackson is the first student in the room to say please and thank you. He will always go out of his way to make sure that rules and expectations are being followed to respect his teachers, his classmates, and himself. So good job. A bonus point there. Okay, for our middle school representative, Gianna Campo from Caldwell Online Academy. Julie Hall is principal, and I think the teacher, Miss Lohman, is also here. So please come forward. Gianna is courteous to other students, polite to her teachers, considerate with her words and tone in class, listens thoughtfully during class discussions, and frequently compliments and encourages her classmates. She is the epitome of respectfulness, so congratulations. And our high school representative, Jostin Blankenship. And Jostin is from West Caldwell High School, and Dr. Richard Griffin is here, principal. And Jostin, anytime Jostin comes in contact with an adult, he respects them by using his manners, and he offers any help they need. What a tribute to a young person and all these young people in the Caldwell County Schools, showing respectfulness. Let's give them all Next, we're going to look at chorus. Thank you very much. Next, our chorus students from William Lenore Middle School every year. The North Carolina Middle School Honors Course is held in November, performing at the North Carolina Music Educators In-Service Conference. This course provides an opportunity for the very best singers across the state of North Carolina in grades 6, 7, and 8 to come together and work with a nationally acclaimed choral conductor. Over 1,000 students audition for a 200-member choir. Only about the top 10 or 15% of audition singers will be selected for this prestigious choir. So let's congratulate those students from William Lenore Middle School who made this wonderful, prestigious moment in their life in singing. And the concert was last night. So let's get started with our great chorus students. Carla Reed is the chorus director. She could not be here. She is actually still participating in the conference. And Dr. Ryan Cooper is the principal. So Dr. Cooper, if you want to come down and greet our students. You actually were at the concert last night. Yes. So Leonie Gonzalez, 8th grade. Yes. Okay, she is soprano 2. And Jaden Duggar, 7th grade, alto 2. Okay. Holden Lawrence, 8th grade, tenor 1. And Ivan Kanegi, 7th grade, bass 1. promise not to make you sing. You just have to pose for a picture. So just get in the center there with your principal and your. All right. So we also have, you just may as well stand here, yeah, Dr. Cook, yeah, Dr. Cook. So, yeah, Model UN simulations engage hundreds of thousands of students each year, where students perform as an ambassador role while debating global issues. So what a training this is for our students. William Lenore Middle School was led by Tom Haney as the UN advisor and 7th grade teacher. So Mr. Haney, if you'd like to come forward also. And some of his students are here this evening because they received outstanding awards during this event. So these individuals represent the Russian Federation, and they won awards in that area. So I'm not sure if Summer Vaught and Travis Buckner are here. Okay. But Zeke de Bearmaker is here, and he won excellent in that category, along with his partner in debate, Corbin Harmon. So Zeke, come forward, and we'll recognize you. Also, we had Leland McDonald, who's also here, who gave our pledge earlier, and Jude Massey. They were both outstanding. So Leland, congratulations. Very proud of you. And then we had another group of winners representing the United Kingdom, and that was Grayson Sherwood and Elliot Sharp. Are they? Grayson and Elliot, come forward. We'd like to recognize you. They received best in competition. And I'm very proud of these young people. A great experience. And now we have other winners in reading. So we've had chorus, exemplary chorus, and history and social studies, and now we have readers, exemplary readers in our school district. The Mountaineer Readers Program is a partnership between the Wright College of Education's Public School Partnership and the Appalachian State Athletics Department. Through the Mountaineer Readers Program, students, classrooms, and schools receive incentives for summer reading in grades 1 through 5. After careful compilation and calculation, the data is reported, and we are excited about the fact that we're part of that winning group of readers for 2023. So as I call your name, we'll recognize the top student readers in Caldwell County schools. And we're going to start with Dudley Shoals Elementary, and you met Mr. Ross earlier. So Mr. Ross, if you'd like to come back up. And Vicki Cornett, who was instrumental in this reading program, our digital learning and media specialist. Let's start with our student, Dixon Quant. Dixon Quant, yay, he is Dixon is our top first to second grade readers. We're so proud of him. And also from Dudley Shoals, Brantley Nichols. And Brantley was the top third to fourth grade readers in Caldwell County Schools. And we also have a student from Hudson Elementary School, and Monica Martin is principal, and Bethany Christian is the media coordinator. So, Miss Martin, if you'd like to join us. Her student, Emmett Nichols. Emmett is our top fifth grade reader. So we're so proud of these readers. And it's time for pictures. So parents, please feel free to come up. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to recognize some adults. And this is our team at the finance department here in the Caldwell County School System, who we are very proud of. The Caldwell County Schools Finance Department received the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada, and the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting by the Association of School Business Officials International, a prestigious annual recognition earned by the Caldwell County Schools Finance Department for the past, drumroll, 20 years. That's pretty important. This award represents a significant achievement and reflects their commitment to transparency and high-quality financial reporting. So I know your team is not here this evening. Mr. Johnson, David Johnson is our Assistant Superintendent of Financial Services, but I would like to also acknowledge the force behind you that helps you. Okay, thank you. Michelle Britton is the Purchasing Specialist. Leslie Williams is Payroll Deduction Specialist. Linda Young is Payroll Specialist. Jamie Setzer, Accounts Payable Specialist. Linda Matthews, Accounts Payable Specialist. And a newcomer, Laura Shatley, Internal Auditor. So we're very proud of this record, and it says volumes about the quality of work you do in the finance department. So congratulations. And that's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chairman.
Okay, thank you for being here tonight. If you want to stick around for our business portion, you're welcome to. Otherwise, now would be an appropriate time to leave for dinner or homework or whatever you might have going. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chair Branch, Dr. Phipps, and members of the Board of Education for allowing us to come before you tonight. On behalf of Dr. Griffin, the Human Resources Department, and the mentor team, we would like to recognize all of the student teachers who have been working in our district during the fall semester. We would like to express our gratitude to these student teachers for their dedication to our students. During the fall semester, these future educators have not only helped our students to achieve academic success, but they have also served as positive role models to students and adults alike. We would also like to thank their Caldwell County Schools clinical educators who devoted their time, energy, and expertise in laying out a strong foundation for our student teachers. Our school system will post teaching positions as they become available, and we encourage all student teacher candidates to submit an application and go through the hiring process. Caldwell County is a wonderful place to call home.
In a moment, we would like to recognize each student teacher and ask them to stand and remain standing until all names have been called. Please hold your applause until all student teachers have been recognized. Afterwards, all student teachers, their clinical educator, their principal, and any present family members are invited to walk across the hall for a reception to celebrate all your accomplishments. Congratulations to Brooke Jenkins, Dayton Elementary, Evan Younger, Caldwell Applied Sciences Academy, Leslie Brown, Collettsville School, Leanna Beard, Collettsville School, Allison Martin, Davenport A+ School, Haley Sepulveda, Dudley Shoals Elementary, Christian Mejia, Dudley Shoals Elementary, Leslie Barefoot, Granite Falls Elementary, Lindsay Cook, Granite Falls Elementary, Caleb Pennell, High Brighton High School, Jonas Lotholtz, High Brighton High School, Madison Maloney, Hudson Elementary, Avery Patton, Sawmills Elementary, Dixie Laws, Sawmills Elementary, Justin Bowers, South Caldwell High School, Hope Hendershot, South Caldwell High School, Catherine Mitkus, Valmead Elementary, Arisha Carlton, Whitnell Elementary. At this time, we would like for all of the student teachers to join us up front so that we can take a group picture with members from the Board of Education.
Okay, we're gonna continue on with our meeting. I'd like to recognize at this time, Mr. Andy Poole, Auxiliary Services Assistant Superintendent.
Good evening, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chair Becker, members of the board, and Dr. Phipps. I have 3 items this evening. My first item is a 5-year service contract with Cummins Sales and Service for the backup generator at Granite Falls Middle School. The service contract is for general preventative maintenance and also fulfills warranty obligations to ensure proper longevity of the unit. At this time, I'm seeking your approval of the contract as presented.
Do I hear a motion that we approve a 5-year service contract for the generator, and that would be at Granite Falls Middle School?
I move that we approve the 5-year service contract as presented.
Is there a second? Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
Thank you. My second item is an update on the sale of Wessenor Elementary School. Today started our 4th upset bid period, so it'll go on for another 10 days that we will accept upset bids. We have had several bidders throughout the process. Our current high bid is $300,000. We will continue with the upset bid process until we receive no further upset bids, at which point the board can either accept the highest bidder or refuse any and all bids at that time. I did attach a copy of our current notice for sale for your review. And this is advertised in the newspaper as well as on our website and in social media. The third item I have tonight is a distribution request to draw down funds from the Public School Building Repair and Renovation Fund. The funds are for design, procurement, and construction fees associated with the building of a new wastewater treatment facility at Caldwell School. We are working with McGill and Associates as our engineering firm. The Public School Building Repair and Renovation Fund is generated with lottery funds, so it does require approval from the county commissioners as well, which we will also make that request. So I am seeking your approval for the distribution of funds at this time.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the distribution request as brought forth by Mr. Poole for Collinsville wastewater treatment? Is there a second?
Yes, sir. That's design, construction services, and bidding and procurement. We're still in the design phase. We have to wait for it to clear school planning, and so that'll take a little bit longer, probably a few more weeks before we get it cleared. Once we get it cleared through school planning and we have it about 95% planned out, then we can go ahead and draw down some more funds and we'll begin the bid process to actually buy the equipment. We will. We will have to do it when school is out of session. We are hoping. A lot of it's going to depend on what type of equipment is selected, and we use the engineering firm to determine the best thing that we'll need out there, and then, of course, the timetable on how long it'll take to get to us.
Any other questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to call on Assistant Superintendent for Human Resource Services, and that is Dr. Bill Griffin.
Chairman Pennell, Vice Chair Becker, members of the board, Dr. Phipps. I have 3 items before you this evening. Subject A, Human Resources used on customary action item, or informational items. Do not require any action at this time. Subject B, Human Resources used on customary action items. These are contracts. I respectfully request a motion to approve those as presented this evening.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Human Resource Services usual and customary items as it relates to contracts? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much. And finally, subject C, Human Resources used on customary personnel action items is our substitute list. Adding some additional substitutes here. Respectfully request a motion to approve those as presented this evening.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Human Resource usual and customary personnel action items as it relates to our substitute list? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Griffin.
Thank you for your support.
Next, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Katrina McKellen, Educational Program Services.
Good evening, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chair Becker, members of the Board of Education, and Dr. Phipps. Schools in North Carolina are required to submit a school improvement plan to the local Board of Education for review each year, and approval is required by state regulations, Article 8B, School-Based Management and Accountability Program to improve student performance. In Caldwell County, all schools use NC STAR. It's an online platform to manage their school improvement plans, and one benefit of using the online platform is it allows everybody, students, parents, community members, staff, to view real-time information about the school and its improvement efforts. Within the school improvement plan, the school's vision, their mission, their values, goals, selected indicators, and ways in which they are going to meet the goals. Information about meeting dates and school improvement team members are posted within the platform as well as on each school's website. Schools generally have 3 to 5 goals in their school improvement plans, and most goals are related to academics and instruction, mental and social emotional health, safety, staff retention and professional development, and then parental involvement and communication. As part of this, I respectfully request this evening that the school improvement plans be posted for review and comment for the public.
Okay, do I hear a motion that the school improvement plans for 2023, 2024, as brought forward by Dr. McKellen, and which we have had an opportunity to review, be placed on the calendar for a comment period? Is there a second? Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, Dr. McKellen. Next, Dr. Phipps.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have 3 items, 9A, B, and C. I'd like to go through these for your consideration, if that's okay. Number 1 would be 9A, and it deals with the Parent Bill of Rights policies that we have. These have actually been up for review longer than required, but we felt like we needed to take that time as the work continues to happen in Raleigh, and to let you know that even though we're making some policy approvals, recommendations tonight, that there may be some changes that are reflected based on what the changes in Raleigh. And our state board, I'll talk about that in just a minute, continues to work on this. So that's an evolving topic that we deal with, but we're respectfully requesting that we move these for approval, the Parent Bill of Rights policies, which have been up for public review.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the Parent Bill of Rights policy that we have gone over in work session and has been out for comment period? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second motion.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
And again, just a reminder, we probably will be coming back to tweak this a bit as we get more guidance from Raleigh. 9B for me is the fall policy updates recommended by the North Carolina School Board Association. This is part of the customization manual that we have and the process that we go through several times during the year. This is to ensure alignment with state and federal guidelines, and what we're requesting tonight is that these be put up for the public comment period.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we place the fall policy updates that have been recommended by the North Carolina School Board Association up for a period of public comment? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Finally, for me, item 9C is something that I ask our chairman if we could add to the agenda, at least while I'm in this capacity. And this is a State Board of Education update. And as the Superintendent of the Year, one of the requirements and assignments that I have has actually turned out to be a blessing for me, and that's to sit on the State Board and be the State Board of Education Superintendent Advisor for a year. And I want to come back after we have meetings and be able to share locally some of the big topics. And all of this is available if you want to go online and take a look at the agenda. But the 2 big pieces, one I've mentioned already, is the Parents' Bill of Rights. One of the pieces that's required in the legislation is the State Board of Education adopt minimum requirements for what we call the Parent Guide to Student Achievement. They're working on that. We'll come back once we have that, and then we'll be coming back to you all again on what that looks like from the local standpoint. The other big announcement that was made last week was there's going to be a new student information system. And you all probably have heard, if you've been around educators at all, of the word Power School. And Power School is what we currently use. And effective July 2024, we're going to be going to a new product called Infinite Campus. And this is a pretty substantial contract with the state of North Carolina. We're not sure yet what all those parts and pieces look like. We're hoping that we'll be able to get a lot of functionality and maybe be able to save some money on some things that we're paying for as standalone applications right now. So there'll be more to come on this. I'm sure there'll be training. There'll be material that we'll ask our parents and guardians and staff members to work with, to get comfortable with. But just wanted the public to be aware that there is going to be a change, and that's pretty massive for us because that's the information system that houses all of our student data. And this will be a statewide move that's going to be made in the summer.
Thank you, Dr. Phipps. And thank you for the great job you're doing with the state board as Superintendent of the Year in the state of North Carolina. Next item on the agenda is the board needs to go into closed session to deal with confidential personnel matters. Do I hear a motion that we go into closed session? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes. So we will be going to closed session, and we do not expect that there will be any action at all once we get back. So thank you for being here.